Now in a psych ward, there's no sharp objects, there's no mirrors, you can't see your reflection. It's not possible, right? And I'm looking around, I'm judging everybody else in there. This guy shits in the corner, you know? My little company, 4D Wellness, is expanding and branching out, and we've brought on new coaches, and so all that's super exciting. You know, I have a couple guys on my caseload or clients, whatever you want to call them, training for marathons right now.
Oh, really?
Inspired by yours truly, bro. Yeah. I need to get you on a virtual call with a couple of them soon.
Oh, I'd love to.
And so it's so rewarding, dude. Like, I fucking love my job, man. Like, at the end of the day, like, what I get to do is take people who've been beaten down by addiction recovery and like transform that pain into like something beautiful, right? And so it's been really fun to like just watch it grow and watch it expand, and you know what it started as versus what it is today is, dude, it's just, you know, God at work, you know, the energy of the world at work. It's not what it once was. It's a completely different animal, and fuck, dude, it's like, it's so cool. I was just telling the guys, I was lecturing to a group. I was just telling the guys about just like what a blessing it is to like find your calling and then be able to help other people find their calling, right? And it's the most rewarding job in the whole world. I mean, that and being a dad, right? Being a dad's a fucking cool job too.
Dude, to be on my end and to know you, you know what I mean, right when you first got sober, right?
Yeah.
To meet you way back then, 4 a.m. actually in the gym.
Yeah.
And to see the man you are now with a, you know what I mean, a beautiful girlfriend. Beautiful wife, beautiful child, fucking physical specimen, fucking amazing, fucking amazing company, dude. It's been very cool. So I've been excited to sit down with you. Just to kind of give everybody a perspective, Austin owns a company called 4D Wellness, and he has taken the, you know, I know you work outside of the recovery community as well, but you have brought a much needed educational piece, I think, to the recovery world as far as what fitness goes. I think a lot of the area treatment centers in the recovery industry are starting to tap in a little bit more to the science of what working out does for us and our brains and stuff like that. And so, but you weren't always there. You didn't always have 4D Wellness. And so if you could, man, if you could kind of take us back, you had an addiction story of your own. Like if you could, you know, for me, my rock bottom was sitting in a prison cell. Mom won't pick up the phone, fucking heroin addict. Yeah. So just to give people an idea of what it was like for you, like what were your darkest days like? Yeah.
A lot of dark days. I just gave myself the chills thinking about it. It seems like it wasn't even me, right? It seems like a different life. And I'll touch on some of it, you know, briefly. I won't get too bogged down in the stories. I don't want to get emotional and weird. But yeah, dude, it was either alcohol, IV cocaine, IV heroin, in and out of psych wards. I attempted suicide. I tried to hang myself in prison, right? And that's sort of where all these things always ended up leading me. Towards the end, it was psych wards. It was just psych ward after psych ward after psych ward.
You tried to hang yourself in prison?
I tried to hang myself in the free world. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, in Fort Worth, Texas. Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty miserable. I actually kind of got a funny story about that.
I mean, I'd love to hear it, but that is not, that is, I mean, you have a dark sense of humor too, but like hanging yourself's commitment, dude. That's not the old, like, I'm going to take a bottle of fucking Tylenol.
Yeah. That was the real deal. I showed up at I remember being in a psych ward.
Is this the funny story?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I'm in a psych ward and I'm talking to this fucking doctor, right? And I'm like, dude, do I look like I belong in here? And I'm ranting, bro. I'm fucking ranting. Like 45 minutes I'm into this rant. Now in a psych ward, there's no sharp objects, there's no mirrors, you can't see your reflection. It's not possible, right? And I'm looking around, I'm judging everybody else in there. This guy shits in the corner, and that guy talks to himself. And look at me, right? And I'm fucking giving it to this doctor. Because, dude, I lived in this world of delusion. Like, I had no idea which way was up and which way was down. And I'll never forget, dude. The doctor just lets me go. He just lets me call him all these names. I'm being a fucking nasty human being. Yeah. He pulls out his phone, and he turns it to the camera, and he reverses the camera, and he holds it up, and he goes, "Does this look like a sane person to you, son?" It's like... And I, for the first time, caught a glimpse of myself in like 4 days and remembered what I had done, right? Because there's rope burn around my neck. My eyes are yellow from jaundice, like I was giving myself liver disease. And like I just went silent, right? There's no denying it, right? And I think he knew that. I think if he, because I kept saying, "Do I look like a crazy person?" And he put it into that pretty quick. Yeah, dude, that's one of the stories, man. I hardly ever talk about. You mentioned rock bottom. You know, it could have been that. Kind of what led up to that was probably more rock bottom, but it just depends on like which chemical you want to pick. Was it heroin rock bottom, cocaine, IV rock bottom?
Bro, that's funny you say that. Like that's a very good point. I've never thought about that, but I could go through and think about my individual drugs.
Right.
And think about those. I've never thought about it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was because, you know, IV and cocaine rock bottom is a fucking weird rock bottom, bro.
That's the most depressive rock bottom.
Doing fucking weird shit, man. You fucking are so like just out there, right? The brain is not cohesive. Days seem like minutes, but really months are going by, and you're like, I don't understand. You know what I mean? And you just can't grab it.
Yeah.
And then you sleep it off, and you wake up, and you're like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know. Heroin, the detox seems to last forever, but man, maybe the alcohol detoxes are actually the worst, you know? I remember I had been kicked out of every bar in Dallas, and so up to this point, what I had done...
Dallas is a big city.
Dallas is a big city.
Holy shit.
Right? Not every bar. Right? That's probably an exaggeration.
All the good ones.
The ones that I like worked in or helped open or helped run, that was what I did. I worked in bars and restaurants, and I was damn good at it too, man. Fucking, I got a drink from sunup to sundown every day, right? It was bad. But I'm kind of kicked out of these bars in downtown Dallas, and so I have to start branching out. And so, you know, we could talk about, you know, how I flipped a car driving back from Frisco one night on the highway, doing like 110, because I was texting my dope man, you know, be at my house. I'd been dope sick all day. I'm in Frisco. No one will bring me dope. Flipped that fucking car on the way home. Walked away. But
Did you get the dope?
I did. Yeah. I got home that night. My girlfriend at the time is livid. She can't figure out why I haven't been answering the phone, where the car is. It's not my car either. It's her car, by the way. I've totaled it.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I need dope, and she was pretty mad. I had the top of my hair was burnt off because the roof got so hot. I was sliding it on the roof that it just burnt the top of my hair off.
Shut the fuck up.
It was wild. Like,
hold on, do you have the picture from the doctor?
No, he did it on his phone.
Damn.
Yeah.
If only you could have that picture.
Dude, I look at some of these Instagram reels sometimes, or social media reels of like people in addiction. I'm like, bro, like I wouldn't let people even slightly point their camera at me because I didn't want proof that it happened.
Yeah.
But looking back, I'm like, fuck, I wish I had some of these pictures, man.
Fucking tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
One of the first things that I did when I got sober is I was down here in Texas. All my family's up north. You know what I mean? And I started realize. I remember, you know, every time I would post something, you know, prior, that's kind of how my family would signal how I was doing.
Yeah.
Because I'd be posting wild shit. And so I remember making the conscious effort. I was like, all right, I'm going to wipe my social media clean. I'm only going to post positive things.
Okay.
And so I start getting rid of all my old posts, all my old pictures, all my old videos, because I'm saying wild shit. Nothing like that bad, but drug addict shit. Quoting songs I shouldn't be quoting, saying dumb hustler shit. And then now I'm like, I see everybody post these videos with needles hanging out of the side of their neck and all that. I'm like, why didn't I save that shit? Fuck. I could have so many videos.
Because they fucking hit too.
Yeah.
You know, you stop what you're doing. You're like, oh shit.
They're attention grabbers for sure.
Yeah. When I lecture, I have, you know, we lecture on everything from nutrition to neuroscience to breathwork and meditation. And so we have all these really pretty Canva PowerPoints, and a few of them I have pictures of like what I used to look like, and they're lame, dude. They're not good. Like it was worse than that. But the boys are like, oh,
that ain't shit.
I have one where I'm in a hospital bed. And I had just gotten beaten up by a homeless guy that I was letting stay in my house. And dude, the guys are so funny when they see that, man. They're like, you let someone beat you up? I was like, yeah, it was a long time ago. I'm not a great fighter. They're like, yeah, but you would go beat his ass now if you found him home. I'm like, bro, like, I just don't care anymore. It's like it's no, it's like, and my goal for all of you guys, right, is to like get to a place where like you just forgive everything and everyone that ever happened. And like, but you know, they're still in the grips of it, right? And so it's like all revenge and shit. Yeah. And like I tell this story and it makes them laugh, dude.
They don't, dude, because they don't see it. Now there's different consequences. Now you have a child. You have a beautiful wife, a home, a business. Yeah. Like there's different consequences before. Before it could be 3 sheets to the wind. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And the game has changed now too, because any little skinny dude out here could be a fucking black belt jiu-jitsu. And muscles don't mean shit.
Not a damn thing.
Muscles don't mean shit anymore.
Bro, I have my muscles just to have people leave me alone. Right, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't want to fight you. Yeah. And most of the time, I found if I'm big enough, people are just like, oh, we'll just leave him alone. Right. He's minding his own business. He seems pretty big.
Dude, I remember, I mean, a life lesson looking back, all the biggest dudes, like, you know, just like those big corn-fed motherfuckers. Yeah. Those were always the ones people were like, you know, growing up, people were most afraid of those dudes. Don't fuck with that dude. Prison. Don't fuck with those dudes. Every time I seen one of those dudes fight, couldn't fight for shit. Yeah. And then you start thinking about it, they're like, oh, he's just been going through his whole life big. Nobody wants to fuck with him, so he's never really fought.
Yeah. Dude, I'm kind of in that position.
Yeah, I'm after.
Yeah. And I'm just pretty peaceful, you know? I must have really pissed off this guy, you know? I must have done something really fucking stupid.
Right.
I wish I remembered what I did. But dude, that was the same house. So I'd been kicked out of every bar in Dallas, which is that's an exaggerated way to say it. I no longer was welcome at the places that I worked at in Dallas. And so I had to move. I tried Frisco, flipped that car. Then I got an offer to open up a bar and restaurant in Fort Worth. And Dallas and Fort Worth are actually like 45 minutes apart. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to make the leap. I'm going to Fort Worth. I'm going to leave the dope here. You know the deal. I'm going to leave the dope here. I'm just going to go open up this bar and restaurant. I know that I can drink from sunup to sundown over there. I'm a good drinker. Right? You know the logic I'm placing behind this. I'm just going to be an alcoholic. Yeah. I'm going to leave the dope behind. And so we get the bar and restaurant open. I have this really cool house I'm renting. Ended up being a nightmare of a house. Like when I have nightmares, a lot of times I find that I'm in this house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was beautiful too. I fucking ruined it. I brought Satan in that bitch basically. So anyways, we get the bar and restaurant open. Now I have this big paycheck and I'm just going to live in this house. And slowly detox off of alcohol. And so what happens is towards the end, I get the paycheck, I buy a bunch of heroin, right? And then I'm going to detox with the alcohol.
Of course, yeah.
And I kind of did, right? I bought a bunch of heroin, did the heroin. Now I'm just going to detox with the alcohol. And like days turned into months. And what I realized was, yeah, I stopped doing the heroin, but I'm not dope sick anymore. I'm fully addicted to alcohol. Like I have to have a drink in my hand like every hour, or if 4 hours go by, I'm having seizures. Wow. Yeah, dude, it sucked. And so I'd wake up every morning via a seizure, and I would crawl out of my bed and crawl like literally I had to crawl. I couldn't get my legs to work, and I would puke up this yellow vial for like 30 minutes to an hour. And then the second I thought the yellow vial was done, or bile, whatever, I don't know the word, I would crawl into the kitchen and I would try and drink like 3 or 4 IPAs because it had enough alcohol in there, but it wasn't hard liquor yet. And I could trick my brain into maybe getting them down. And if I could get a few of those down, then I would switch to the vodka. And if I could get like a pint glass down of vodka, then the shakes would end. And I would get like this, and I remember when it went from I would get 3 hours of peace to 2 hours of peace to an hour of peace to 20 minutes of peace. And
before you needed the next drink.
Before I needed the next drink. Dude, it was a fucking nightmare.
I never knew you were that bad alcoholic.
It was a nightmare, bro. It was a fucking nightmare. And had I not been like an athlete growing up, had I not been the guy who like got high on cocaine and went to the gym, you know what I mean? Like my heart and liver would have gave out. I drank a lot of water during that time, but it only took because I wasn't working anymore. So I wasn't physically moving either.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, one morning, and I don't remember exactly how it happened. Either my girlfriend at the time, who I met in a psych ward, showed up at my house, or my mom knew where I lived, and she showed up at my house. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was both. But both of my ankles had swollen up like that big, and I had varicose veins coming all the way up to my chest, and my complete liver shut down. And so ended up at the hospital, went through like a 5-day, detox or whatever, checked myself out, walked across the street, got more booze, immediately started vomiting up like blood, back to the hospital. And so this happened for like 3 months. And, part that sticks out is crying in my room because I shook so bad. I couldn't hold the spoon to feed myself. And it was a fucking nightmare, dude. I actually shook like that for like 9 months.
Damn.
Yeah. And so it really reminded you every day, right? Like heroin, my worst heroin detox was like 2 weeks long.
Mm-hmm.
This was 9 months later. I still felt like a crazy person. I still get those shakes if I let them happen. Yeah, that sucked.
Do you have a quick interesting story about the psych ward girlfriend?
Yeah. Yeah. That was a decent psych ward.
I got one for you, but go ahead.
Yeah. That was a decent psych ward. As far as psych wards are concerned, they didn't have all the lights on all the time.
Oh.
Anyway, she comes walking by one night. I'm sitting out. I hadn't slept in like 5 or 6 days, like for real. And I'm losing my shit at this doctor, and he cannot get me to go to sleep. And he keeps promising me he's going to knock me out, and he can't. And I keep telling him how much I drink and how much dope I do, and he's not listening. But anyways, I'm out there like fucking hallucinating one night. She comes walking by, and she was so sweet, man. She's such a nice girl. Sits down, we start talking. Next thing I know, she was my psych ward girlfriend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you guys end up together outside?
Yeah.
You did?
Yep.
How long did that last?
I don't even know. A year? 6 months?
Really?
Something like that. Yeah, she was a sweetheart, but she was, she belonged in a psych ward too.
Right.
Yeah.
I met a girl in treatment, and that was a great idea for my, for my girlfriend. And
I know that move.
And I'll never forget one time she was, I believe she had like borderline personality. So it'd be a quick change on a dime. And one thing she was not good at was meth. Right. Meth, I didn't really like meth. If it was around, I'd do it, but it's never, I didn't want to ever go seek it out.
Right.
I didn't like the no sleeping shit. I can't go multiple days without sleeping. That shit fucks with me. So once she would hit 24 hours no sleep, literally like on the dot, you could literally watch like the lights would go off. Mm-hmm. Like somebody's home, like there's nobody behind the wheel. Right. She's still operating, but she's not there.
Yeah.
And so we're up late one night, and we're doing meth, and fucking all of a sudden I hear her, she's in the other room, and she starts fucking screaming. And I go running in. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And she's screaming at a closed window out to the darkness outside, and trying to tell me there's somebody standing there. Someone standing outside staring at her. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm like, there's nobody there. And I was like, yo, like go in there, like chill out. Like I'm trying to get her to settle down. And then she goes in the other room, and next thing I know, she's like, she's picking herself. She's doing all that. So I got her to stop that. And then the next thing I know, she's screaming out the window again. Then she gets on the phone. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm calling the police.
Oh no.
I'm like, what the fuck are you? You're what? So I didn't know this, but like coke, crack makes you super paranoid about the police and wants you to go away. And apparently meth brings you to police, or you want to bring police to you. And so she calls the fucking police, dude. So I run outside. I go sit in this fucking alley, right? I'm sitting in this alley, and I'm watching the police show up. And then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, I need to come down off this meth. So I'm over there trying to use the street light in this fucking alley to hit and shoot dope as I'm watching through the fence of her sit there and like candidly talk to these police about how there's somebody outside. They know she's tweaking out of her own mind. I was like, whoa, just another day in the life.
Yeah, it's really funny though. The meth bringing cops to the door is pretty true.
It's bizarre.
It happens a lot.
I don't know that I ever felt that. I remember one time climbing, I don't know if it was meth or coke, but I was convinced SWAT team was going to come to the front door. And I'm like out the peephole, and it's like I see the shadow people and all that. And so at one point I go climbing, it's broad daylight, middle of the day, and I go climbing out of the back window of our apartment to kids that have just been coming home from school. So they're watching me clamber out of the back window of this apartment. In fucking broad daylight. Like I'm making a grand escape, and there's these poor little kids walking by with their fucking backpacks. I was like, Jesus. You said obviously athlete growing up and everything like that. So has the gym always been a staple for you?
Yeah, I think so. You know, I started buying large amounts of cocaine when I was 15. And so...
What's a large amount?
An ounce.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
15?
Yeah.
Holy.
And back then, bro, when I was fucking 15, when we were 15, cocaine was a different thing than it is today. These fucking young kids don't know what the fuck cocaine is.
We sound like old men right now.
No, I don't care either. You know, it's a different drug today, right? Like
when we first did cocaine, it took your breath away.
It knocked your fucking socks off, dude. And it wasn't because it was the first time I did it. I don't want to hear that, right? Like it's different. You could
like
smell
that
it.
Ether.
You put it in your car. I put it in my car. Lock the doors. And
already had to shit.
Yeah, and come outside like, you know, the next day, and you could smell it fucking 20 feet away from the car, from the glove box. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like crazy shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the cocaine started super early. Thankfully, sports and athletics started even earlier than that. And so I balanced the two for a long time until I didn't. You know, my senior year in high school, I really had fucked up everything, man. Like my freshman year, I started both ways on the football team, and by my senior year, the coach didn't want me on the fucking team anymore. And so, you know, it was sad. I was really good at a lot of different sports. I loved playing sports, but the gym always felt better to me. Something I could control. I love group sports, but I don't like the idea of authority at all. And so like a lot of coaches at my high school, I couldn't fucking deal with, man. They thought they were too cool. And the gym, I controlled what was happening. I controlled how hard I wanted to go. I didn't need people yelling at me. Like, I don't need motivation. Let's go. Everybody leave me alone. Which is always so admirable. When I saw you at fucking 4 a.m. at the gym, I was like, all right, I'm not alone. This is my guy.
I was telling some of the guys, they were asking me who I had on, and I was telling them a little bit about it. And I was like, me and my homeboy would be in the gym every day, 3:30, 4 a.m. And I was like, we knew there'd be a couple people in there at that time, so we kind of knew the crew. And I was like, this one day, there was like these 3 or 4 guys that had showed up at the gym, and we hadn't seen them before. And I was like, I think they were mid-set, and one busted out a vape and hit the vape right. And I was like, oh, these are my people right here. And went in, and I immediately knew it was like, what sober house you guys at? Or where'd you go to treatment or whatever? And kicked it off from there.
Yeah, you immediately said that. We confessed to being into sober living, and then I think probably a week later, you saw that I was kind of conducting the workouts, and you came up to me and you're like, dude, that's really fucking cool. Keep doing that. I don't know. You gave me some words of encouragement, which was like kind of exactly what I needed at that time. Cause like in my head, like I had already sort of made up my mind, like this is the direction this is going, right? Like this feels comfortable to me. I don't fucking want to kill myself when I'm in here. I feel like I'm accomplishing things. I know they're small. I know like, it's not the end of the world, but that little bit of discipline and that little bit of motivation and that little bit of consistency added up, and it fucking compounded into what is this fucking crazy, beautiful life I lead today. And like, it really just kind of started in there. And it's fucking cool, man. It's cool. 'Cause what I realized in treatment was like, and why I started 4D Wellness. It's like so many people have no idea, right? Like, yeah, every parent does things wrong and right. And we don't need to get into what my parents did wrong that caused me to be a fucking piece of shit. 'Cause really, they didn't really do it. I did it, right? But I can tell you things they did right, and that was show me how to work the gym at a young age. My mom used to take me to the gym when I was 10 years old. And I knew at 10 years old not to fucking slam the cable machine for no reason like I see idiots do today.
That drives me fucking nuts.
It's like, bro, you're not cool slamming the cable machine. Just set it down. And so what I realize is like these dudes don't know. And when I can get them to follow me through a workout and then eat a healthy meal every single time, dude, thank you for that. That was exactly what I needed. And kind of just grew from there. Yeah.
Bro, that right there was like, that was like what you're doing, what you guys were doing right there is the exact equation pretty much you're using for 4D wellness. That was the exact equation that got me success in life and sobriety and why it finally stuck. And, you know, everybody, there's not one blanket fucking statement of like, this is the way to do recovery or anything like that. There's different people out here. There's some people that are academic people. There's some people that are more physical people. Like that's just how we're programmed and built. But what you're saying, and like, you know, I'm curious of what you think on this, but like, dude, I think it's so imperative when you newly get sober, dude, you have zero fucking confidence, nothing.
Yeah.
And so those little small wins are so fucking huge.
Yeah.
And then to even get somebody to show up to the gym is a fucking win. Now, if you could do that every day this week, like we got something here.
Yeah.
All you got to do is show the fuck up. But doing stuff like that and then watching them catch the bug too, you know what I mean? And then then they're taking it serious. Then they're asking questions, you know what I mean? But like that right there, you know, I talk about it on the podcast all the time. Everybody probably rolls their eyes that I'm talking about running or fitness again. But dude, that I got to be honest, that shit taught me just as much about my recovery, my life, who the fuck I was. Like, you're newly sober. You've been putting fucking dope in your veins for the past 20 years. You have no idea who the fuck you are as a grown, sober person now. But that let me know, and it helped me mold who I would become.
Yeah, it's, you know, I think you nailed it on the head, right? When you talked about just a little bit better every day, right? Just a little bit better every day. Because what I knew for so long was I acquire the $20, I buy the dope, I get high. It happens pretty instantaneously, right? It's like ding, 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 ding. And like there's no long-term plan there, right? In fact, towards the end, the long-term plan was I pray this fucking kills me, right? Like I fucking pray I don't have to do this again. Like crying on the way to the dope, man, it's miserable, right? And so for me to learn delayed gratification in the gym was fucking huge, bro. It's huge. And I talk to my guys about this all the time, man. Get your 3 wins, no matter how small. Get a spiritual win, get a mental win, get a physical win. Get them every fucking day. Yep. You won't even notice that you're doing it. But I promise you, in 3 months, when you look back, you'll go, fuck.
Yep.
I've read 2 new books. My spiritual life is growing. And shit, I feel amazing. And who's this guy in the mirror? Right. And then what'll happen is they become part of who you are. Yeah. And in fucking 4 years, bro, you'll look back and you'll gone from homeless junkie to homeowner with a fucking company and a kid. Like, how in the fuck did that happen?
Right.
Well, it didn't happen overnight, and I've always been so used to it happening overnight. And so what the gym at a very just simple level taught me was consistency is fucking key, right? And it's been such a blessing, bro. Like, I open up my phone these days, and I got clients at every stage, right? Every stage, like fresh out and, you know, in the novice beginner area. And then I got guys who I've had for years, right? And now their questions are like super complicated and intricate, and they're just on a different phase.
What's the optimal time under tension for fucking...
Yeah. Or what do you think about this? Yeah. Or can we change my split to this? Or I'm thinking about adding more carbs and doing more of a Mark Mincer style. Like, bro, like sick. Like, let's do it. Yeah, I know all about that. Yeah. And then I got other guys, right, who, you know, it's just
Mike Mincer. Somebody's gonna correct us. You said Mark, I think.
Oh yeah. Mincer last name.
Yeah, Mike Mincer, right?
Is it Mike?
Yeah, with the glasses.
Yeah.
You're making me second guess. Is it Mark?
I was just having a conversation about Marks last night, I think is what happened. I realized last night that all of my favorite bosses, back when I had bosses, which I'm so thankful I don't anymore. Fuck, dude. I love waking up every day with the stress of knowing it's on me, but I don't have to hear it from anyone else. You know what I'm saying? I love it. Like, but yeah, all my favorite bosses were named Mark. I was having that thought. Shit. Yeah, I was in the shower the other day just thinking about it.
I had and I'm sure I would imagine you'll agree with me on this, but bro, one of the most important questions I was ever asked, and it was about, you know, a little over a year ago. So, and they said, It was just a flat out question. They didn't care what the answer was. They were just trying to gauge where I was at. And they were like, Shawn, are you gonna continue building for other people, or are you gonna build for yourself? And that fucking statement, dude, hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Hit me right in the heart. And I kept thinking about it and was like, man, like, you know, I'm going around, I'm working for these places and stuff like that, but it's not me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm passionate about working out. I'm passionate about this, but it's not me. And so just taking a step back and looking like what the technology we have, the ability we have through social media, podcasts, whatever. Like now is the time where fucking you can literally do this, whatever you want. You're most passionate about. Yeah. Start your own fucking business. Yeah. Like I'm done building for other fucking people. And getting people to understand, dude, it's like, you and I or any other addict out there, like we're very, very good at latching on to one thing and obsessing about it and doing it over and over and over and over. And so I tell people, like, look at Kobe, look at fucking Jordan. Like, try to tell me they weren't addicts. Mm-hmm. I mean, they found basketball, thank God. But after basketball, they tend to find some other bad things and stuff like that. But it's still that addict mentality. Yeah. If you can channel it in that right fucking direction, dude, you could build something fucking special.
Hell yeah.
Special.
Hell yeah. Dude, it's so funny when I talk with you. I often like hear my thoughts coming out of you, right?
Yeah, we've always been linked like that for sure.
100%. And it's, that's another thing we do, man. Helped, I don't know, at least a dozen businesses get off the ground. Because what happens, dude, is guys hear me in long form lecture, or hear me in long form coaching long enough to go, this guy ain't that fucking smart, right? There ain't nothing fucking special about this dude. Right. He just loves what he's fucking doing, and he has studied how to be really good at it. And then I just hand the tool book off, and these guys take what they love doing, and they fucking turn it into a company. And so far, so good, man. I don't think everybody's meant to own their own company. I got a coach on my team who's a fucking bad motherfucker, but he's like, dude, I fucking love just doing what you say to do. Mm-hmm. That's like just what he wants to do, and just staying in his lane. And so I don't think it's for everyone, but it felt almost. Besides all the hate, I got a fucking lot of hate out of the gate when I opened my company.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Dude, from people in recovery who I looked up to. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Shunned from like certain fucking groups.
Why? Because you're competition?
No, not because I was competition. There was other than yeah, whatever. There wasn't really any competition, and we do our own thing, right? Like what we do is truly unique. I got 2 master's level clinicians, a fucking breathwork meditation coach, a yoga coach, a marathon coach. I cover nutrition like nobody I've ever heard cover nutrition. We do goal setting, minds, like all these things. And so we're like a true holistic wellness company. So we stand alone, and dude, I got a lot of fucking hate when I first opened it, but I got thick skin, man. And I got thick skin.
Dude, I'm surprised to hear that. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I was surprised too. A few of the people, none of them were close friends, right? Dude, some of my close friends are the reason my company still exists, bro. Fucking believed in me before I was fully convinced that I knew what the fuck I was doing, right? Yep. It's jumping out of a plane without the parachute and figuring it out on the way down.
Yep, for sure.
Still figuring it out, man. We're still adding new things and deleting things that don't work and changing the way we coach and changing our topics and then, changing our demographics, right? And like, we're getting more and more women. And I realized, dude, like, it's not that I don't know women's health. I'm just not the right guy to deliver it. And so now I got someone who can, talk about menstrual cycles and being pregnant and all of that. So, dude, my greatest gift is I have experience, right? I have experience and then the knowledge. I don't have any experience with either of those things. And so knowing when to back out and sub in the right people and all that.
That's a tough thing to do right there. Like I'm struggling with that because I'm sure you feel 4D's your baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I've reached this point where like I do everything myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I've reached my ceiling where it's like don't have any more bandwidth or capacity to do it. I want to be doing more live events. I want to be doing more this, more that. But here I'm stuck behind the fucking computer.
Yeah.
8-10 hours fucking editing and pulling clips and B-roll and fucking all this and that shit. And so at some point I got to be able to delegate and hand that stuff off. Yeah. But it's tough.
It is tough.
It's fucking hard. But it's a talent.
You're damn good at it too, man.
Thank you.
And I always feel bad when you're like, yeah, dude, got squirrel brain. I'm editing. I'm like, fuck. I feel bad even texting you when you're doing that. Because I've tried to do what you do. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. If you've ever seen my Instagram, there's some good reels on there because I paid a guy to do it. Just trust to believe your boy did not do that shit, right. Bro. I can't do it.
No, bro. When I first, it was so overwhelming when I first started. Like the studio that I work with in San Antonio, they gave me an amazing start. TXS Studios gave me an amazing start. Fucking help me get everything off the ground. But there was a point where they were like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what?
Wait, what?
I don't even, I have a computer somebody gave me. I don't even know how to turn this fucking thing on. Now I got to learn Canva and fucking this and this and this and this and this. But it ended up, looking back, it was the best thing that ever happened to me because now I don't need anybody. And I'll confidently say I'll put my fucking videos up against anybody.
Yeah.
Like my shit's fucking,
I'm
fire. Proud of it.
It's fire. And you can see that it's you doing it too. I don't know why I can feel that you did it, but it just feels like it's yours from start to finish. Something about its aggressiveness, edginess, straightforwardness that is truly Shawn. It's tight.
There was one of my very close friends, Teresa. She's part of the crew. She's at everything we do. But she showed up, and I remember she showed up, and
Teresa, the little running homie.
She's not a runner. She's a bodybuilder.
Bodybuilder.
You would have seen me post stuff with her, but she's a bad motherfucker. Okay. She's up in Boston.
Okay.
If you ever need a badass woman for a coach, dude, she is your fucking.
Lace you up.
I keep trying to get her here to Austin, bro. I keep trying to get her here to Austin, but she showed up and she had on these fresh ass Nike Air Maxes and her I Am Redemption shirt. I was like, damn, look at you. She's like, I Am Redemption has a look. It has an image. It has to uphold. And I was like, oh, let's go. I appreciate that so much, bro. I'm sure you get this a lot. People will take a look at me or what I'm doing, and they have this feeling of like, oh, I can never do that. I can never get there. They look at you, fucking physical specimen, fucking married, kid, all that stuff. But what they don't understand is, bro, like I still have my struggles. Far from fucking perfect. Still have an addict brain. Like all these things. In your sobriety, since I've known you, what would you say is the biggest hurdle you've had to overcome, or like the most adversity you went through? And then like, how did you get through it now?
Working really hard, not having any money for a long time, was a little frustrating, At the birth of my daughter,
I was gonna say
it was, she's the most work in my life, but she's also the most rewarding. And so it's figuring out how to have nothing but love for the process. Dude, not the first time I've been asked this question, but my answer is kind of always the same. It's, if I truly think about struggles, they're kind of hard to find because I'm so familiar with true struggle that it's super fucking hard for me to be ungrateful today. Sure. Like it's super hard to the point where, and this is going to sound a little wrong, but it's how I truly feel, to the point where sometimes I feel bad for people who haven't had a lot of struggle because, here's a good example.
The sky's always falling with them.
Yeah. Here's a good example. People complaining about their mortgage used to just drive me fucking bonkers. Like, bro, you own a home? Like, what are you complaining about? Right. People complaining about having a family. Like, dude, you have a family? Like, what is there to complain about? And, thankfully for me, and this is just up to this point, I don't know if tomorrow I'll turn into an ungrateful asshole. But up to this point, man, it's super hard for me to stay in self-pity or not be grateful for the things around me. Most days, bro, I could break down crying just thinking about, like, it's crazy. Like sometimes I'll just sit in my office and I'll look at, my office came straight from a visualization, right? I'm really, 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 really big into, and I teach all of my clients, like, you got to see it here and you got to feel it here. If you can see it here and you can feel it here, then it will come here, right? And my office is an exact visualization that came from me, right? So when I first started 4D, I started it in a sober living home. Then it transferred to an apartment closet. So I took like my first like 25 clients in an apartment closet, tiny little closet, right? And I used to sit in that apartment closet and meditate what it would be like to have an office, right? What does my office look like, right? Like, what's in front of me? And so I'd meditate. There was a wooden desk, and there was a billboard, and it had all my notes written up on it. I had a window over here. I could see my front yard. Behind me was all my concert posters, right? And out here, I could feel the love of my family. I could smell my wife cooking, right? Like real details, right? Like how a visualization is supposed to be. And then I had a notepad in front of me with little tabbies, and it had all my clients on it, so I could easily find them for my notes, right? And today, like, that is exactly, like, to the fucking T how my office looks. And some days I'll sit in there, bro, and it blows my hair back. And like, you know,
bro, you have a fucking office. An office.
Right.
It's so crazy.
In a house that I own.
Wow.
It's fucking nuts. Oh. And so, dude, it's hard for me not to get overwhelmed with gratitude most days. You know, that's not to say I can't be an asshole or I can't be, you know, I'm far from fucking perfect.
Right.
But in about 30 seconds, I can come back to gratitude pretty quickly.
Right. Dude, I use my wife's office for like we do our Thursday night Zoom call, recovery meeting, and all that stuff. So I always use my wife's office, and so. We have, the way our house is set up, we had an extra bedroom. So to my wife's credit, she's always made sure that our closets, bathrooms, and everything have always been separate.
Uh-huh.
So when we had an apartment, we had a 2-bedroom apartment. So we would always sleep, obviously, in the same bedroom, but her anarchy of a closet is fucking over there.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. And so I use her office. And so I happen to have the master bedroom walk-in closet. That's my closet. She has an entire room.
Okay.
And so I was like, man, I got a bunch of shoes, but other than that, like, I don't really need all this closet space. So I was like, I think I'm going to turn this into like my little mini studio for like if I want to do content, do this and that. And so I started thinking of that. And then she like kept trying. She's like, well, no, like we can turn my room into that. Or we could do this. And I was like, no. She's like, well, I don't want you in the closet. And I was like, well, I used to get high in the closet every fucking day, so I'm fucking very comfortable in there. Like, no problem at all. Same type of walk-in closet. I have my little desk in there. That's where I do all my shit. I was like, so it's kind of funny that it's full circle now.
Yeah.
To be able to, it used to be my little drug den.
Yeah.
And now it's in a home that I own.
Yeah.
Fucking can be my little studio. So I think that's cool. So you're a music guy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite questions to always ask on the show. Let's say you're walking out for the UFC.
Oh, fuck.
Light heavyweight championship of the world. How much you weigh?
Light heavyweight, 240.
That's light heavyweight, right? I don't know. What is it, 230 heavyweight?
I think anything over 225 is heavyweight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I heard Joe Rogan crying about it the other day. I don't know shit. If he doesn't say it about fighting, I don't know. I'll pop in occasionally.
Right.
My wife likes it more than I do.
Oh, really? We got to go watch fights.
Dude, violence is not my cup of tea.
Gotcha.
I admire the fuck out of guys who are into it. It's not for me.
Well, you're being forced to fight tonight in the UFC heavyweight championship of the
so
world.
I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Okay.
You've been training, so you're good.
I've been training.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your walkout song?
You know, it's hard to say, dude. My music isn't really fight music, you know? My favorite bands are all about, like, peace and love, you know?
Jam band guy, right?
Jam band guy. But obviously I have music
It's not what you're listening to in the gym.
I do. I listen to Grateful Dead while I work out.
Really?
Yeah. I listen to podcasts while I work out. Yeah. And I do, like, old school headphones, too.
Like the metal?
No,
and the black
sick,
fucking.
Though.
Dude, imagine if you just busted out a Walkman with a cassette.
Doggy, now we're talking.
Put it on your hip.
Yeah.
Like the 80s.
Yeah. Tucked in my tee.
Some baggy fucking Zuba pants and some fucking high top.
Let's go.
Oh, that sounds like, damn, Halloween just passed too.
That's a good look.
We could have fucking got some cool videos doing
That's a good look. I don't know, man. What am I coming out to? Maybe something by Eminem.
Okay.
Maybe the Toadies, Possum Kingdom.
Okay. Not familiar with the Toadies.
That's an Austin, Texas thing.
Is
yeah.
it? Right.
They're fucking gangster, bro.
I'll have to look them up.
I think it's Austin, Texas. It's certainly Texas. Yeah, the Toadies have a couple bangers. It just depends, man. It's like, my music's all over the place. I love fucking EDM music. We just did some really cool Pretty Light. Like I had my daughter out at Pretty Lights in Red Rocks, Colorado, when she was like 6 months old, backstage. And of course, I'm freaking out. And so I'm like putting her in front of everything and taking pictures. And then my homegirl, Kirkland Bonnick, shout out. She's a fucking gangster. She gets me backstage and then she like walks me to the stage. And so like Derek and Pretty Lights are like playing music and I'm standing like right there with my daughter and my wife. It was so sick.
Yeah.
And then Big Gigantic, who's playing tonight, I'm going to see them actually at Stubbs later this evening. Dom from Big Gigantic is standing right there. And bro, I'm so awkward. I was like, dude, and he just went out there and like played with them. And now he's just kind of hanging out. And Kirkland was like, Austin, this is Dom. I was like, yeah, I know who you are. God bless, man. It was so weird. And she's like, Dom, get the fuck out of the way. I need to take a picture. I'm like, damn, that was a moment lost for sure.
That's funny as hell. We not long ago we got to go hang out with Ted Nugent. And we got to go backstage and we went and hung out with him in his fucking trailer.
Nice.
He gave me like a military coin, which I thought was cool.
I thought you were gonna say something else there.
No. What?
Isn't Ted Nugent really famous for smoking a lot of weed?
No, he's stone sober, straight edge.
Oh, really?
Bro, he said one of the man, he's just a music head at heart.
Yeah.
Like that's all he gives a fuck about is playing his guitar. And I forget what question I asked him when we were sitting there talking, and I think we were talking about drugs and me being sober and my journey a little bit. And he said that was one of his biggest disappointments. And it was going to hang out with I might be wrong with who I'm saying. I don't know if it was Jimi Hendrix. I want to say it was Jimi Hendrix, and then there was another one, another huge fucking artist that when he went to hang out with, he was like, it was so unfortunate. He's like, all I wanted to do is talk about like Chuck Berry, but they're fucking nodding out in a fucking thing like that, all fucked up on drugs. So he caught these guys later in his, later in their careers or whatever like that. But he just wanted to vibe out on some music, and here they're all fucked up. And I'm like, damn, man. Imagine you're walking in to meet Jimi fucking Hendrix, but you can't talk to him because he's over there fucking catching a nod.
Bummer.
That'd be super bummer.
Yeah.
Dude, so, man.
Tycho. I like Tycho.
Okay.
We just caught Tycho in Telluride, Colorado. I had my daughter at this music festival, just wearing like this cool, like little, like I don't even know what it was. She looked
your wife gets down with the music too?
Yeah. She's along for the ride.
Okay.
She's along for the ride. She's just awesome. So, but my daughter, bro, and I like went on like what we call side quests at festivals, and where my daughter led the way, and so we're just walking through this crowd of like wooks, like these, like crazy hippie looking people, my people. And my daughter's just stopping and like looking at everybody, and there's like mountains in the background. It's one of those things like you'll never forget. Like, but yeah, love all that music. That was Of the Trees.
Okay.
Yeah, he has some good songs that I would come out to if I was gonna go fight at UFC.
But you're not a fighter, so we're gonna scratch that one.
Okay.
What bro, there's so many people that if they come in contact with you, you know what I mean? They see you, they see the person that you are today. Anybody listening to this right now, somebody that meets you, they're currently struggling. What would be your best advice for them? Other than signing up for 4D Wellness.
Other than signing up for 4D Wellness, probably start with Detox.
And listen to the I Am Redemption.
And go to Detox, listen to the I Am Redemption podcast, and then when you get out, sign up for 4D Wellness.
Fucking bro.
That's the one through
fucking millionaire in no time.
That's the punch right there, bro. Dude, my advice would be is like, surrender, dude. Probably surrender. I fought it for so long, right? Like I fought drug and alcohol addiction. Like I always tried to like figure out like what's the perfect combination of drugs and alcohol to get through the day, right? Like how much cocaine right when I wake up, followed by how much heroin before work, followed by how many beers and shots at lunch, right? And then after work, how much cocaine, heroin, and Xanax to get a good night's sleep, right, before we do it over again, or whatever the chemical was, right? Mm-hmm. And then so I just fought it tooth and nail, thinking that, like, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure out the right concoction of chemicals to get it done. I never did, man. I never did, and it just prolonged sort of the inevitable. Surrendering to it, you know. When you first get sober, you're in like a crazy amount of delusion too, and so getting people around you who will like hold you truly accountable for exactly how you show up and exactly who you are and exactly what you look like and exactly who you've become is really important. I think I chat with a lot of parents today, and you know, I think you got to be very direct with a drug addict and an alcoholic, right? Otherwise they hear what they want to hear. And so, but start small, man. If we were to boil it all down, right? Start small. Start with one little victory. And maybe the first victory is going to detox, like for real, right? And just get your little victories every day, you know? That's what did it for me, man. I became obsessed with this idea of a mental win, a spiritual win, a physical win, mental win, a spiritual win, a physical win, mental win, a spiritual win, a physical win. And like, I would do that like in times of panic, in times of worry, in times of am I enough, in times of no confidence. You know, I get my spiritual win, my mental win, my physical win. I just became obsessed with that idea. Because it is, dude, it becomes a confidence thing, right? It becomes a confidence thing. Some days, man, I look at guys who are 6 months sober, and they're king of the fucking world. And then I look at guys who are 6 years sober. And it's like, bro, how are you hanging on, man? Like, it shouldn't be like that, right? Like, this sobriety should be the foundation for what is this new fucking incredible life you live, right? You spent all of this energy and all of this time doing these drugs, buying these drugs, doing this alcohol, drinking this, you know, fighting these hangovers. Like, it was a full-time job. And now what I'm telling you is you don't have to work that job anymore. And so let's take that passion, like you just said, take that passion and energy, and let's find something else to be passionate about that isn't going to kill you.
Right. Dude, man, I can, you know, being 8 years sober now, I can take a step back and look.
Congrats, dude, you're 8 years sober? Yeah. Fuck, I didn't know that.
You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Because when I speak, people obviously ask, you know, how long sober you are. And so I remember leading up to it, and I kept saying coming up on 8. Coming up on 8 years.
Yeah.
I said that so much that on my birthday, I went and recorded a podcast and said that I was 9 years sober the entire time. I was telling people I was 9 years sober because I thought, I think I did a post about it too. I've been telling people I'm coming up on 8 so much that when I got to 8, I said it was 9. So for like the whole day, I'm telling people it was 9, but it was really 8. So I had to correct it all. But bro, at the end of the day, like, I now see all these things for what they are, and they're all tools.
Yeah.
12 steps is a tool, fucking like all this stuff, the gym, tool, running, tool, community, tool. It's all, you know, church, tool. It's all a tool, and understanding like that I have this massive fucking tool bag now. You know what I mean? And every situation doesn't call for a screwdriver, doesn't call for a hammer. And so now it's like being able to discern like which tool do I need right now? Because sometimes it's different things. And so, you know, that right there is like so many people, you know, there's one way of thinking in early recovery, and it's, you know, meeting makers make it and all that stuff. And absolutely foundation for sure. Go there, but it's okay to build on it.
Yeah.
It's okay to go to therapy.
Yeah.
It's okay to fucking go to the gym.
Yes.
And it's okay to give it some credit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because it only enhances it. It can't just be this one tool all the time. Now, that 12-step tool, very important tool, and I think it's a very great first step for everybody. But hey, if somebody's getting more out of fucking mindfulness, meditation, and breath work, go do that shit. Somebody's getting more over training for marathons, go do that shit.
Yeah.
I want to circle back really quick before I forget. So I haven't announced it publicly yet, but I am largely credited to my wife. I Am Redemption is now a non-fucking profit.
Nice, dude.
And so one of the first missions that we're going to do is going to be able to scholarship people for races, get them a dope pair of running shoes, and get them all situated.
Sick.
We're going to be doing some work with the Austin Marathon this year. So if your guys are interested in... I
have a guy interested in the Austin Half Marathon
in
January.
If they're interested in the full, the half, or the 5K, please tell me, let me know, and we'll get them laced up.
Sick,
that,
dude.
and I would love to have you and all your guys on our Saturday run group, 7:30. Nice little easy 4 miles around the lake. Go get some tacos and coffee afterwards.
If more of my guys were local, bro, we would be there. They're all over, over. Right now, the majority of our caseload's in Houston.
Oh.
And so I have the Houston Marathon coming up in January for one of my guys. I'm not running it.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be down there coaching and cheering with our run coach.
I'll go down there with you.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. He fucking loves you, bro.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do I know him?
I don't think so.
Dude, have him reach out, please.
Yeah. He heard you speak one time.
Let's go. Where at?
I think it's CLR.
I speak for a big alumni thing tomorrow, like 300 people.
Where's that at again?
The Arbor.
The Arbor. Yeah. Nice.
200-300, something like that. They said.
We might be moving out to the Arbor here soon.
Oh really?
Let's go. Yeah, we were supposed to already be out there, and we just kind of hit a hiccup. So hoping that comes soon.
Tough one to get in.
Yeah, they're all tough to get in. They're all tough. It's, if we were to bitch and moan about life, I would bitch and moan about, how hard it is to get in treatment centers.
Yeah.
Just because, they've been established and
they don't need you.
They don't need me.
Right. That and it's easy to bring in what we'll say a lesser company that's good at good babysitters, because that's essentially what it is. You're babysitting the clients for an hour. You got them in the gym. The caseworkers can go do their caseload, all that kind of shit. But you bring an actual fucking program, an actual way of life, actual education, something that needs to be covered more than just in an hour. Yeah. So you bring some actual fucking value.
Dude, we bring some fucking nuts and bolts to it. You know what I'm saying? Guys absolutely love our lectures. My team is top tier. I only lecture on shit they want to hear about, shit that applies to them, shit that's important to them. And like, while I call it a lecture, it's basically a Q&A throughout the whole damn thing, right? Like everybody wants to know specifically how it applies to them. And like, I can answer those.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Those are my Q&As are my favorite, because that's when I'm going off it's not script anymore. It's off the hip. And you know what I mean? It's from the heart. You're speaking about something passionately. It comes through. Yeah. I always enjoyed that. Always enjoyed that. When's 4D going to open up their own spot?
Our next move is a sober living home. I've been saving up for that for 2 years.
Okay.
And it's here. It's time.
Okay.
I put an offer in a couple weeks ago.
Congrats.
40 Wellness is coming up on 2 years being public. I've been practicing at about 3. And it's time. It's time to have a brick and mortar. Guys ask me about it all the time. It'll be my company incorporated into a sober living, right? And so like, we'll have the yoga teacher out there. We'll have the run coach out there. We'll have breathwork meditation out there. I'll teach the guys nutrition. We'll set up a cold plunge. We'll set up a sauna. It's going to be super legit. But more than anything, dude, it's like, if I had to really decide where I got sober, right? Like when it happened, dude, it happened living in a sober living house, like for sure. I managed Infinite's PHP house for 2 years and helped like 1,500 guys through the doors. And it was so rewarding. And that's what I want to do. I want to provide a nice space for guys to grow with coaches around them to help them, and high accountability, and a beautiful house too, something that's nice, something they're proud to call home, something with a couple different living areas where they have room, a big backyard, might do a gym.
Already what you're talking about, like I hear culture.
Yeah.
Like there's culture there. And so many of these sober livings, they're just fucking a place to stay.
Yeah.
There's no culture, which, granted you're serving a purpose. They have a sober place to stay. That's fucking awesome. But if you're really invested in people's the actual outcome, and you want like a good reputation and all that stuff, you're fucking hands-on like that. And you're giving these guys the keys to something they're not used to. Yeah.
I think it's so important too, right? I think it's so important, right? Like I think guys stay sober when they find purpose. So like if I can just lay out a bunch of different tools for them to inspect and figure out what they like and how to run with it, then they find purpose, they find happiness, and then the whole thing starts to just fall into place. Plus, I think it'd, be good for the brand, to have a actual brick and mortar. We should be in a couple more treatment centers here soon. It's just a long, tedious process to get in. The good ones are always sniffing around. And so I'm just waiting, just biding my time, trying to slide in. Yeah, man.
Well, dude, if I am Redemption or myself can ever do anything to fucking support you or help push what you're doing, say the word.
Yeah.
I got you.
Fuck yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's always good for me. People always ask me about you. Like, yeah, I know him very well. I met him when I was like 4 weeks sober.
They ask you if you know me?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, you're like a celebrity in some circles, man.
Stop it.
You are?
Stop it.
Yeah. It's tight, dude.
We're just trying to make it.
Yeah.
Just trying to pave my way.
Shine a little light, dude. Shine a little light.
As long as I focus on helping people, good shit keeps happening, so I'm going to keep doing that shit.
Yeah. Dude, so you asked me about struggles.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ask you about struggles.
Okay.
What are some struggles you went through early on, and how do they differ from struggles you deal with today?
Like early sobriety to now?
Yeah.
Man, that's a good question. I have to think about it. Dude, I don't want to borrow off you, but I definitely have that same type of mindset. Like my worst days today are fucking sunshine and fucking rainbows to the old shit.
Right.
Back then I think it was dealing with probably dealing with insecurity.
Yeah.
Even when I was running all these races and ultra marathons, I knew I was a good runner, but it's not like you walk into the room and people are like, "Oh my God, he's a good runner."
Right.
They don't see that.
Right.
You know what I mean? The gym, in all honesty, is what brought me my confidence.
Yeah.
That changed my speaking. That changed my demeanor walking into a room.
Yeah.
It changes how people interact with you. So I think that, today and then now, dude, there's so many fucking things that happen in my life that I'm so blessed to have, where there's like imposter syndrome. Yeah. Where it's like, oh, they're going to figure me out eventually. You know what I mean? But it's much like you said, where it's like, I feel like if I talk too much, it's like, oh, they're on to me now. Mm-hmm. They know I'm not that fucking smart. You know what I mean? I stumble on a good fucking quote every here once in a while and say some fire shit. Yeah. But, you know what I mean? So I think stuff like that. But, dude, now it's just like different sets of problems. I think, my problems now are like working too much, burning myself out. Mm-hmm. Actually understanding, like I was just telling my wife this morning, like, yo, I need to get away. We got to go down to Port Aransas. We got to go down to the beach for a weekend or something. Like, I got to get away to like recharge. Before, that's all I ever did was just sit there and recharge. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? And, I've had some, dude, my life has completely changed over the past year to where, now the gym isn't the same staple in my life today as it was, you know what I mean, a year and a half ago, or back when I met you. Mm-hmm. Before then it was, I don't miss the fucking gym. Yeah. I'm there every day, fucking 3:30, 4 a.m. without fail. Throw my back out, still there. Fucking sick, still there. Mm-hmm. I don't have that same fire that burns. You know what I mean? It's just not there. Love the gym. Worked out right before this, but it's not that intensity anymore. But now my problems are like being able to spread myself around effectively, being able to have healthy balance in life. Yeah. Being able to, when I'm building I Am Redemption and shit's fucking killing over here, usually that means stuff is not great at home. Right. Because my wife is not getting the attention she needs and deserves. Mm-hmm. Then I pour into her and all that, and then this starts falling. And so it's like always trying to find that healthy balance to good for myself, but also be able to, please and help the people that I need to do that too. Yeah. And so, I've dealt with some depression over the past year, a couple spurts here and there. And when I do, going back to what I was saying earlier about the tool bag, where I find myself in these places where it's like, damn, I've been feeling depressed. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Every day this week, I've been up at 1:30, 2 a.m. behind the computer. By the time it gets to like noon, I'm burnt out on the computer. So I'll get a bite to eat, try to go back to it. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's already noon, not going to fucking work out today. You know what I mean? So it's like always trying to continue to find this balance to where I'm the best me. I'm still filling my cup so I can fill other people's cup. Yeah. And trying to do all that. And then, now it's just knowing, I always want to be knowing I'm I'm a soldier, bro. Like I need a mission. As long as I know what the mission is and as long as I know what direction I'm headed, I'm good.
Yeah.
If I don't have a direction or a mission, I'm fucking lost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm new to all this. I'm new to podcasting. I'm new to social media. I'm new to all these worlds. Not now, but when I started.
Sure.
And so it's just like, I've never done this before. Am I doing the right thing?
Yeah.
Am I headed in the right direction? Should I be putting so much focus on social media? Should I be putting it over here? Should I be putting it here? But it's all fucking shit, dude. Like, people eyes bug out of their head when they find out that we would go to the gym at 4 a.m. People eyes bug out of their head when they find out that I wake up at 1:30 or 2 to do podcasting shit. But you know what? I'm never more fucking excited or motivated when I first fucking wake up to go to the gym, to go edit these videos, to do this because I'm so proud of like what I'm building and what I'm doing.
It's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's yours. It's your baby. Yeah. It's a really cool feeling.
Very.
Right?
Very.
Yeah.
You just you saying that just gave me goosebumps.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a super fucking cool feeling. I always felt like I should own a business, you know, run a business. And I can't tell you how many hours I would sit around thinking about what I should do, what should be mine. And then, you know, come to find out, like I was slowly building it the whole fucking time. Right. Without all that pain, without all that suffering, this company wouldn't exist. You know what I'm saying? I'd be, and nothing against these guys, but I'd be one of those guys who does a 2-month, 3-month sobriety, you know, detox cleanse, and then poof, they're out and they're good to go, and they never look back and they never say thanks and they move on with their lives. And not me, man. Not me. When I fucking surfaced, and I'll never forget, dude, the first time I surfaced, I was lacing up my boots to go to work. I was like 5 weeks sober. And I realized I hadn't thought about doing dope that night, and I hadn't thought about doing dope that morning. And I put on my other boot and I laced it up, and I realized I didn't think about dope the previous day or the day before or the day before or the day before. And I was like, wait, when was the last time I thought about getting high? And I just burst out in tears, bro. Because like this obsession that I woke up with and I went to sleep with since the time I was 13 years old, brother, it was fucking part of who I was. I was convinced it was who I was, right? Like this internal voice that said, how much beer do we have? Is the liquor store open? How much dope do we have? Is the dope man awake? How can we get money? Where do we get more money? Is there gas in the car? Blah, 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 blah. It just stopped. It just didn't exist anymore. And when that feeling dissipated, I was like, dude, I gotta share this with the world, bro. I was like, I gotta share this with the world. There is a way to silence that voice, and it's almost one of those things, like it happens when you don't expect it to happen. Just kind of, you know, like we were just talking about, just kind of keep doing it, kind of get your 3 wins, just keep trending this direction. That was a cool feeling, man. Something I want everyone to have who struggles with addiction.
Hell yeah. Good shit. Well, bro, the way we like to wrap up the show, I don't mean to put you on the spot. I should have prepared you for this for.
That's okay.
But everybody's heard a little bit of your story. They know who Austin is now. But if you would be so kind and take a look in your camera over here and maybe throw out a couple I am statements that let them know who you really are. So it could be, I am 4D Wellness. I am a bad motherfucker. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. Whatever you want.
Probably 4D Wellness. I am 4D Wellness. I am 4D Wellness. I am a dad. I am holistic wellness.